Hello, welcome to this film review for Belle, époque. I have no idea if I pronounced that right, so I'm going to let Google do it.
La belle époque.
That's what it's called. This is a French film, and my French is not good, to be honest, so I watched it with subtitles, and I found this quite distracting in the first half of the film, because it's all done with just a handheld camera. There's no steady cam or tripods used in this, so the camera's moving about quite a lot. It's not like jarring if you don't have to read, but because I was reading the subtitles, I found it quite distracting. And I watch a lot of film with subtitles. I think most of the films I've reviewed so far this month have had subtitles, and I've not had this problem. And I found it very distracting trying to read the writing and concentrate on the picture because it was moving about so much. And I didn't really like the film to start with. It took me quite a long time to get into it. And the first, I don't know, half hour, maybe the first hour, I just really wasn't getting into it at all. So the main story is basically this couple. They're in their 60s, they're having marriage problems. Victor, who's the person that you follow for most of the story, played by Daniel O'Toole, is married to Madeline, played by Fanny Ardant. He tries to rekindle his love for her by going back in time. There's this company that gives you experiences by going back in time. It's all staged. They have actors and sets and stuff to give you the feeling that you've gone back in time. So he wants to go back to the day where he met his wife, and he ends up falling in love with the actress playing his wife, and it's all very silly. And I just felt, I don't know, he wasn't, I didn't bond with him. He felt, and he was even a little bit creepy at one point, because then he goes to the actress's home and that's a setup, but he doesn't know it. And Madeline, his wife, I just found her an unlikable person, and I really did. I just couldn't bring myself to like her at all. And if I don't like the characters in a film, then I'm not going to like the film. The idea of it, I think, was interesting, to have this concept of going back in time, but you're not really going back in time. It's all staged and it's all acted out. But it just, the idea, though clever, the film just didn't quite work for me. I felt the beginning was too rushed. I mean, the opening scene is a complete red herring. You think it's going to be one thing, it's something different, and then it's, you see the couple, and you're flicking backwards and forwards quite a lot. They do a lot of flashbacks, and that which I felt were unnecessary, because they jump forwards then back and then forwards and then back, and that isn't like the acting time traveling bit. That's just the way the film's edited, and I didn't appreciate that. And although there were some interesting moments towards the end, I did kind of warm to the film a little bit, but considering the film is, how long is the film? The film is almost 2 hours long, and it wasn't really until like the last half an hour that I started to actually warm to the film. So the first like 3/4 of the film just weren't doing it for me, I'm afraid. I mean, looking at the scores, IMDb 7.4, Rotten Tomatoes 88%. They are respectable scores. It's not an amazing film. I think maybe I would probably give it something similar to that. Maybe a 6 on IMDb, 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, maybe, if I was to rate it on there. It's above average. I mean, parts of the film are well acted, and so the idea is quite clever, and I've not seen something like it before, so it's original. But I don't know, it just, for some reason for me, it failed to miss the mark, and I didn't find the characters that likeable. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that film. The film review I'm going to be doing next is a Japanese film, and I did that with my friend Charlie, so don't miss that one. And I will see you again soon. Bye.